Hey everyone, welcome back to Market Mamas. Today's topic is incredibly common to experience, but it's quite challenging sometimes to manage. Comparison is our discussion today.
Yes. So when you're first starting something new and challenging, hearing about all the successes of further advanced people in your field is so exciting, encouraging, inspiring. Once you get deeper in your own pursuits and taste some success yourself, that's when the comparison and fear of missing out may start to creep in. Pushing to be the best at something is the goal when you're building your life. So of course you want to reach ultimate success. But when you're still in the research and development phase, the learning, studying, practicing, the falling and having to get back up phase, it can be kind of depressing at some times to continue to compare to those seemingly farther along than you when you're still working through the hard parts.
For sure. And we know it doesn't really help that more often than not, all we really see in another person's journey is their highlight reel. Whether it's on social media or within a community or even a small group chat, it's just all too common for people to only feel comfortable enough to share their positive outcomes, work that they're proud of. It's human nature, to hide our scars and just want to put our best face forward. So we worry, what other people might think. Will they think less of me? Will we still be friends if they knew the whole story? Will they judge me? Will they talk about me behind my back? It is certainly prevalent in the world of trading. If you trade, then you're likely a member of an online group or more. You most certainly will encounter and be exposed to every day, regular successes from other people and other members in your communities, in your circle. And that can definitely make you feel some type of way.
Yeah, totally. One of the best quotes for this topic is by Theodore Roosevelt. Comparison is the thief of joy. I know from experience that I've had a day where I've met my metrics and goals for, followed my trade plan, secured my daily points, and felt really quite pleased with my morning when my trading session was over. But then the doubt and the irritation has crept in when I log on and I see other members in my group held the same trade for farther, deeper targets for sound reasons and had a larger P&L day. Or other great setups presented, and all of a sudden my points for the day no longer seem like they're enough for the opportunities that I can now see. What started as private contentment and peace insidiously slid into fear of missing out and regret. This comparison was unnecessary and unhelpful to my mental peace and energy. Ideally, I would gain value from the trading experience to help me in doing better on my next similar opportunity, and I'd be pleased and excited for them on their successes. That's the goal of how I want to always be in this situation. But it's not always the natural first feeling, the natural gut instinct and response. There's a maturity there that's required that honestly just takes time to achieve.
It totally does. To see others' successes and be happy for them, but then still remain content with my own results, especially on a day when maybe I did take a loss or I'm just not as green as they were, that's when you either have real confidence in your own growth process and, trusting your own journey. I once heard we won't be distracted by comparison if we are captivated by purpose. So I'm choosing every day to feel way more empowered when I can place my focus and my intention in my own lane. I can stay dedicated and driven, to reach my own unique goals and just focus on my own trajectory. I can collaborate with my teammates and share ideas and experiences and moral support, to help further along, my process instead of, letting that bring out, feelings of lack or inadequacy. This is how I serve myself best. It's how I can allow others to add value and help me build up rather than, the unhealthy comparison.
Right. Not only comparing yourself is a waste of time, but it's also a form of self-destruction, both of which will stagnate your progress and creativity or worse. The time you spend thinking about and talking about others' successes could be so much more productively spent cultivating your own system, studying and practicing the networking. We all face choices to either empower ourselves or disempower ourselves. And the mental energy one puts into those thoughts has the power to energize you or drain you. When I allow outside factors that weren't even involved in my day to impact my emotions and confidence, I lose. I lose time, faith, peace, and focus. If I lose the neutrality and patience with my own lane and start driving in another's before I'm ready, there is a significant risk of a big wreck for me. I've learned the hard way that I need to slowly shift within my own lane for the most sustainable progress for me.
Right. And let's be honest, when we compare, there's only one of two outcomes. The pride in believing that I'm better than others, or low self-esteem, falsely believing that others are better than me. And neither belief is beneficial or accurate. No one in the world can do a better job at being me than me. We love the quote from Karen Waldron, comparison kills creativity. There's enough room for you. Nobody can do it with your voice, with your experience, with your insight. That's so good. So I'm going to dig a little deeper here and speak from my heart. In addition to being a market mama, I'm also blessed with the job of being a special needs mama. So raising two autistic sons, I've had my share of lessons in how toxic comparison can really be. As I've matured in my parenting, I've learned I cannot attempt to compare my children to other atypical children. I can't even compare them to other neurodiverse children because there's just such a huge spectrum of diversity even within their condition. So this has really helped me personally. It's helped me with my own acceptance of, embracing my own uniqueness and my own quirks too, while celebrating and seeking out the differences in others as well. I believe it's really important to have a good variety of people in your circle that are very different from you. Of course, it's more common for us to, gravitate towards what's comfortable and what we're familiar with. But life is really richer when you can color outside of the lines a little bit. I don't care if it's someone who's on a street corner or in a high rise. I can extract something that will give me a new lens to look at life, to see the world. So maybe it's a new perspective, to be more woke about things. Maybe it's a model of how I can level up. Everyone has something special and a gift that's just waiting to be unwrapped. And there's room for us all to play, so be unapologetically about it and don't seek permission or validation from others.
I don't know who said it, but I love the saying, winners focus on winning and losers focus on winners. Okay, let's say that one again. Winners focus on winning and losers focus on winners. Jealousy is a bitter poison and serves no goal. It steals time and energy and holds your mind and heart captive in negative emotions. Let that shit go. I can't say it's always been easy for me. I participate in online communities and social media platforms. I have friends, family, and coworkers that I talk to regularly. We all discuss lives and goals, milestones, adventures, and plans. But the truth is that many of us only publicly share the photographs or traits that we are most proud of. There's been times that I have experienced jealousy. Did I enjoy how I felt? Absolutely not. Jealousy is a gross sensation to me. It feels like I'm feeding my own insecurities over something that almost never is even their full reality anyways. It's been a purposeful journey for me to flip that script, to celebrate them and truly feel happy and excited for whatever's going on with them, and to not let however I perceive it diminish my situation. Because we're different and we're not meant to have identical lives. There's beauty in that variety. The only reality that you truly understand is your own anyways. So you're not even comparing apples to apples.
Exactly. So that flows nicely into the next question that Oliver James once wisely asked. Why are you trying so hard to fit in when you were born to stand out? Love that. Not everyone chooses to push for high achievements and goals, but if you're someone that is, don't stop. That's what we tell ourselves all the time too. There are people that just have that energy, that grit, that heart, that ambition to just never stop climbing, to face a mountain and just trust that not only I can climb it, but the powers that are greater than me, are working. They're conspiring to move them on my behalf time and time again. That's what my faith is made out of. And without that, the world would just be a lot more boring. So we say F comparison, standing out and having the courage to be seen. That's a blessing. And being bold in your pursuit, that's a privilege. And it's what real freedom feels like, looks like.
Yes, the goal. We've talked a bit in other episodes about scarcity mindset versus abundance mindset. This kind of seems like a main point of the fear of missing out, especially in the trading world. You can approach a really challenging pursuit such as trading with a fear that you're missing the best opportunities, mistrust of those around you, jealousy, aggression, unhealthy competitiveness, risk aversion, greed. these are scarcity tendencies. But you guys, we have improved at this, and it is so much better to feel that the market and these opportunities are abundant. There's always enough to go around. We just need a piece of the pie to meet our needs. We should share knowledge to help build up our teams, embrace the risk for the rewards that are available, and patience with a growth mindset at a reasonable and sustainable pace. What a different approach, right? Not only does it feel better in the quiet moments, but you perform, learn, evolve quicker this way. And you're more fun to hang out with. It's just a better vibe.
Right. And who doesn't want a good vibe, right?
Come on.
Don't get us wrong. Okay. We're not saying comparison is all bad. There's most definitely a positive spin on reframing comparison, especially if you can do it in a constructive approach. So this looks like when I can recognize others' strengths and behaviors that serve them, and then examine if those are perhaps areas that I can further strengthen in my own game. A competitive spirit is what makes us great day traders, but our most important competitor is who we were yesterday. Can I show up each day with the goal to just be 1% better than I was yesterday? That's me working comparison to my favor, not letting it steal my peace and joy. So all of our experiences, our approaches, our tendencies, our progress, they're going to look slightly different because we're moving at our own pace. So just do you. When I learn from my own choices, outcomes, ask questions, put in the work, push myself, keep it tight, work in silence, just focus on my own game, I feel stronger and I have confidence that I'm building without the pressure from comparison. So Steve Jobs once said, your time is limited. Don't waste it living someone else's life. Hell yeah. I love my friends. I love my fellow traders, but for my sanity, I choose to purposely embrace my path, embrace gratitude for my own abundance.
One last killer quote to drive it home. What lies behind you and what lies in front of you pales in comparison to what lies inside of you, by Ralph Waldo Emerson. We're not perfect examples of humility, balance, and patience, Kendra and I, but man, do we see the value in them, and we do our best to strive towards that. We can't actually be anyone else, live their lives, have their outcomes without learning their lessons, nor do we want to. So what's the real point of FOMO or comparison to others? I'm going to keep doing my best to be my unique self and evolve as I am intended to, because that is my path, and that brings me the most joy and peace with what I am putting all my energy into. So that's the way that myself and Kendra, that's how we're approaching this thing.
Most definitely. Love it. So we'd love to hear from you all and everyone else's experience trying to curb the killer of comparison. It's so common to compare. It's a social norm. We do it even when we don't realize we're doing it. And we just hope you find value in us, bringing this topic up and wanting to dig deeper, further into it. And let's work together to be our fullest, most authentic, unique selves. As always, let us know, please drop some comments, let's talk about it. Give us some feedback. We would just love to hear from you guys. And thanks so much for being with us.
Yeah, thank you guys. And if you find value in Market Mamas, hit subscribe, notifications. We'll be back.
Share the videos. We'll definitely be back. We're not going anywhere. Bye.